Good morning, guys. It's now 8:30 in the morning and it's the third day of our trip. We've got lots of places to visit today, and I'm sure that our day will be as amazing as yesterday, if not more. If you're interested, please continue watching this video.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
Here we are now in the reception, waiting for the group to catch the coach. And in the meanwhile, let me remind you of today's trip itinerary. So the first thing, we will start off by exploring Istanbul's legendary Grand Bazaar, and then we will head to the Egyptian market to explore the recent past and the present days of features of the city. Then we will go off to Fatih Street, the Hysteria complex, and finally we will end with the Ortaköy. Here we are at the main entrance of the world-famous Grand Bazaar market in Istanbul, which is one of the largest covered markets in the world. We are about to enter this bazaar. They've got everything here, different cheese, spices, nuts, everything. You name it, they have it. It's going to be all the way from there down this road. And as you can see, we have to get scanned to enter this bazaar. So see you on the other side. So let me give you some background information about this amazing bazaar. It was built during the time of the Ottoman Empire, and it has grown bigger and bigger ever since. Today it attracts over 200,000 people every day. It is so big, and it contains 61 covered streets and more than 4,000 authentic shops. It is listed as one of the world's most visited tourist attractions, with 91,250,000 annual visitors. One of the surprising things here is that every language is spoken. So you can hear Chinese, Japanese, English, Spanish, and French, and practically every other language. The shop owners are mostly fluent in every language, so you don't have a problem with communication or with haggling over prices. The range of shops here is quite impressive, and as you walk through the maze of the small shops, numerous shopkeepers wait outside the shops to snare tourists and entice them in to see their products. They ask you, where are you from? Are you here to buy a carpet? And let me help you spend your money. We are going now to discover this Egyptian market. So as you can see, we have to get scanned again. So at every entrance there is like a scanner you have to get through. So you don't have to worry about security. This seems to be a great shopping experience for shopaholics. No wonder it is one of the most popular shopping areas in the world. It has a mystical, almost magical atmosphere. You can also get a feel for the age of the market, which has been here since the 15th century. And as you walk through, your mind wanders back to the days gone by. As you can see, it's truly bustling with people. Tourists and locals flock here to buy a huge range of products, from gold carpets to ceramics and spices. So let's see and explore what the market has to offer. This is Turkish delights. It is also known as lokum. It's one of the many delicacies in the Turkish culture, and it is so delicious. So when you come here, you should definitely stop off at one of these candy shops. And as you can see, the candy shop is mostly filled with the Turkish delights. First, I didn't have a clue where to start, so I asked the vendor if I could sample before buying to pick out an assortment of my favorites. Every piece I tried became my favorite. Just when I thought I found the best one, another would blow me away. So I ended up with a paper bag full of Turkish delights. The thing I like the most is that everywhere you go, you are offered a glass of delicious tea. Here in Turkey, tea is part of the Turkish culture. It symbolizes people's hospitality. You should certainly taste the delicious Turkish tea when you visit Turkey. Here they start the day not with coffee, but with newly brewed Turkish tea, which has a tempting and stimulating fragrance. Breakfast means tea for them. So if there is no tea at breakfast, it lacks the main thing. On the other hand, if they don't have time for breakfast at home, during weekdays, they buy newly baked crunchy simit from a pastry shop or a street vendor and have it with a glass of tea at work. It's the quickest way of breakfast for working people. You will notice these little stands literally scattered all through Istanbul. It's a circular type of breads, and you can find these in bakeries, but the best ones are always sold in the streets. It's something that Turkish people grew up on. They eat it for breakfast, they have it as a snack during the day, and they pair it well with cheese, cream cheese, or tomatoes. It's just great, and it's really worth a try.
تمام. مصر صعيدي وافتخر اومن سكول احسن مدرسه في صفاقس روحوا ادرسوا فيها.
I'm going to take a couple of minutes to relax and chill out a little bit after walking at least 4 or 5 kilometers. It's very exhausting, it's very tiring to walk through this amazing market and look around these stores. As we said earlier, there are more than 4,000 authentic shops. So, and it becomes even harder when you go shopping with women. You have to stop at every store and find out what's in it. So here we are at the tramway station. We have finished the Grand Bazaar, and now we are going to the hotel. We will relax a little bit, and then we will continue our journey in beautiful Istanbul. So what do we have on the menu? We will go to Fatih Street, then Historia Complex, and then we will go to Ortaköy. This van coming along the way is our taxi, and I will tell you how we got this taxi as an example of how advanced the transportation system is. Here in Turkey, they have a location-based application called Uber that makes hiring an on-demand private driver easy. The first thing you have to do is to enter your destination and confirm your pickup location. Then you can track their arrival on the map. This application provides you with some personal information about the driver. When they are a few minutes away, you should go and wait at the pickup location. Before getting into the car, and for personal safety, make sure that it's the right car, and before hopping in, check the driver, the car model, and license plate number against the information in the app. Once you are in the car, have your driver confirm your name before they set off. Now we are in Ortaköy. It's one of the most popular, lively and attractive neighborhoods of Besiktas. It's perfectly located by the Bosphorus and under the Bosphorus Bridge. This place is best visited at night to take pictures and to enjoy mind-blowing views of the Bosphorus Strait and the bridge. Ortaköy also hosts the historical heritage with its beautiful Ortaköy Mosque, and it's one of the best places to see in Istanbul, especially at night. There is also another popular nightlife and entertainment center known for its variety of cafes, restaurants, and souvenir shops. One of the things you should do when you come here is to eat this irresistible and mouth-watering kampir or stuffed potato. This is a must try, and even if you are full, have it take away. It will stay warm for hours. That's all for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and to make sure to subscribe to our channel. I will post a new travel vlog next week about day 4. Bye.
As usual, in this part of the video, we will review some of the language points we saw in part 1. In this video in particular, we have thought of including some grammar points, which we hope you will like and find useful. In this first slide, we will present the main items we will be looking at. Under nouns, we have the words arrange, amaze, and a fragrance. Under adjectives, we will see authentic, impressive, crunchy, and lively. The expressions we will be explaining are no wonder, worth a try, you name it, they have it, and must try. As for the list of verbs, it will include to haggle over prices, to entice someone to do something, to wander, to end up with, to grow up on, to pair something with another, and to set off. The grammar points we will examine are the use of types of compound adjectives and the way we construct and use adverbs. We will begin with grammar, and the first point is compound adjectives. These are adjectives which can be made up of 2 or 3 words, often linked by a hyphen, as opposed to single adjectives which are made up of single words. The first type of compound adjectives is the one we obtain by combining adverbs with past participles. The examples we have here are perfectly located, newly baked, and freshly brewed. They simply mean located, baked, and brewed perfectly, newly, and freshly. The second type is the one constructed with nouns and adjectives, such as world famous, which simply means famous throughout the world. Other examples we could give here are ice cold and smoke free, which we saw in a previous video. The third type is made up of nouns plus past participles, and the example we have here concerns the Uber application we talked about in part 1. We said it was location-based, and that means that it is based on the location of the customers. The last type is made up of nouns plus present participle, or verb plus ing, and the examples we have here are mouth-watering, which means smelling, looking, or sounding delicious, and mind-blowing, which means overwhelmingly impressive. The second grammar point is adverb construction. The most common form for obtaining adverbs, as we all know, is by adding ly to adjectives. Some examples are finally, mostly, and really. We use adverbs to modify adjectives, adverb plus adjective. For example, really impressive and absolutely great. The example we have here is with the adverb quite. The assortment of sweets is quite impressive. We also use adverbs to modify other adverbs, adverb plus adverb, like extremely well or really slowly. Our example here is about one of the markets we talked about in part 1. You can walk through this market really safely. And the last use of adverbs is that where they modify verbs or actions, adverb plus verb. In part 1 of the video, we met an Egyptian gentleman who was kind enough to recommend Open School by saying, "You can certainly improve your English if you study at Open School." We'll begin now with the vocabulary section by explaining the adjective authentic, which means real, true, genuine, or not fake. As you can see on this slide, the novelty this time is that we are introducing the Arabic translation of some of the items we explain. If you are an Arabic speaker, you can read the translation for a clearer explanation of the words or expressions. We hope you like the idea and find it useful. The expression, you name it, they have it, is used to say that there are many things to choose from. When we say that the shops have everything from A to Z, you name it, they have it. We mean that they have a wide choice and practically everything you would want to ask for. When we say, I wandered through the streets of New York, we mean that I walked leisurely or aimlessly in these streets. When we say, my mind wanders back to days gone by, as in the example you can see here, we mean that I remember the past and think about it. The expression no wonder in "No wonder it is one of the most popular shopping centres in the world" expresses the fact that this fact is not surprising at all. In the next example, the number of shops is really impressive. The word impressive means that it is something which is awesome or imposing, and it evokes admiration. When we mention the fact that the range of shops is really amazing, we mean that there is a large variety of shops, as the word range means variety or a set of similar things. In a place where there are lots of streets and shops, this can resemble what we call a maze, as you can easily get lost when you walk through it. If something is paired with another, we mean that these two items go together or accompany each other. When we eat something crunchy, like chips for example, it makes a sharp noise when bitten or crushed, like the one you hear now. As to the expression to grow up on something, it is used to talk about something we did very often or had a lot of when we were children. A lively place, as the example shows, is one which is active and full of action. A lively person, however, is one who is full of energy and enthusiasm. A lively place can be worth a try, meaning that people should try or attempt to visit it. In the example, we said that Turkish tea was worth a try. Certain things can also be worth a try because of their fragrance or the sweet and pleasant smell they have, like the spices we see in the picture. Shopkeepers in Istanbul or in some other big cities can stand outside their shops to entice customers in or to attract them to go into their shops by presenting them with special offers. Very often while shopping, you may end up buying more than you initially decided to. This is to say that you eventually buy more than you thought you would. By saying that something is a must-try, we want to say that it is something that you have to try because it is special or unique. The famous kumpir or stuffed potato is a must-try delicacy in Turkey because you can't find it anywhere else. Among the practices people get used to in some countries is haggling over prices. This happens when you try to negotiate with the shopkeeper to lower the cost and pay less. This is also called bargaining. The last vocabulary item we will mention here is the verb to set off, which actually means to depart, to leave, or to start a journey, as the example here shows. Thank you so much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can be notified whenever we upload a new video. Next week we will post another video about what we did on day 4. Stay tuned!